Good morning, everyone. Welcome to meditation prior to our service today at the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living. I'm Diane Carnes, one of the practitioners here at the center. And for many years I have led meditation, and I have always read from Ernest Holmes because I am so inspired by Ernest Holmes. But today I came across a poem just in the course of looking at things on the internet that I really loved, and it touched me. It's called Kindness, and I thought I would use that as the food for our meditation. My favorite kind of meditation is quiet meditation, maybe with quiet music. So just to use this poem as a way to open yourself to the divine spirit. Before you know what kindness really is, you must lose things. Feel the future dissolve in a moment, like salt in a weakened broth. What you held in your hand, what you counted and carefully saved, all this must go, so you know how desolate the landscape can be between the regions of kindness. How you ride and ride, thinking the bus will never stop. The passengers eating maize and chicken will stare out the window forever. Before you learn the tender gravity of kindness, you must travel where the Indian in a white poncho lies dead by the side of the road. You must see how this could be you, how he too was someone who journeyed through the night with plans and the simple breath that kept him alive. Before you know kindness as the deepest thing inside, you must know sorrow as the other deepest thing. You must wake up with sorrow. You must speak to it till your voice catches the thread of all sorrow, and you see the size of the cloth. Then it is only kindness that makes sense anymore. Only kindness that ties your shoes and sends you out into the day to gaze at bread. Only kindness that raises its head from the crowd of the world to say, "It is I you have been looking for," and then goes with you everywhere like a shadow or a friend. The author is Naomi Shihab Nye. Now let's just take that sentiment, that depth into our meditation as we just relax and contemplate for about 15 minutes. I will bring you out of the silent meditation. anyone can meditate in a quiet wood next to a babbling brook. But can you meditate in the midst of everyday chaos? And we had a little opportunity for that today, didn't we? So, I hope that you will join us back here at 10:15 for the beginning of our service. Thank you so much for helping to prepare the space for today's service.
There was a time in my life, thought I had to do it all for myself. Didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you gotta let it go. You gotta let it go. You gotta let it all go. And this is what you have to say. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life. And my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free There was a time in my life, thought I had to do it all for myself. Didn't know the grace of God was sufficient. I didn't know the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling just to make it through another day, you gotta let it go. Gotta let it go. You gotta let it all go. And this is what you have to say. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Oh, I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. Let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggle, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. Oh, I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God.
Let's go back to the beginning. Bring into your awareness the first time you were awed by something. For me, it was the circus, 6 years old, walking out into the concourse, seeing for the first time elephants, tigers, twirling, twisting, flying people, the magic, the clowns, the smells, the sights, and the sounds, possibilities, unbound. It was the first time. Over the years going to the circus, the magic seemed to wear off. Maybe I was expecting things that weren't there, and maybe I was a little disappointed. Doesn't the magic sort of wear off in life when we take things for granted? Someone once said, when you take things for granted, the things you were granted are taken. So go back to the first time you were awed. Breathe it in. That feeling of awesomeness, that feeling of awful, full of awe. What if we lived every moment as if it were the first breath, the first bite, the first sip, the first kiss, the first step, the first grip of the steering wheel, the first flock of birds sweeping overhead, the first touch of grass on your bare feet.
Let's go back,
the first,
let's go back to the beginning.
the first,
Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the first time.
the first,
Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the first time. 1,000 cups of tea, but not like this one. 1,000 breaths we breathe, but not like this one. 1,000 suns will rise, but not like this one. 1,000 lullabies, but not like this one. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the first time. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the first time. 1,000 passing smiles, but not like this one. 1,000 starlit skies, but not like this one. 1,000 words to choose, but not like this one. 1,000 I love yous, but not like this one. Let's go back, let's go back, let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back, let's go back.
Welcome to the Triangle Center for Spiritual Living. Whether you have chosen to join us here in our sanctuary at 4 Points by Sheridan, or you have invited us into your homes through the power of live streaming, we are very happy and very excited that you are here with us today. Our beloved Reverend Andy Ross is in the house with us today, so we look forward to hearing from him later. For those of you who may not know me, my name is Dusty Ripplemeyer. My pronouns are she and her, and I have the honor and the privilege of being this community's spiritual director. This Triangle Center for Spiritual Living is a spiritual community that honors all paths and promotes global transformation through personal transformation. We're a spiritual community that can support you as you strive to experience a personal relationship with the divine. We are a spiritual community where you are respected and accepted just for being who you are, a space and place for inspiration, insight, and revelation, as well as loving support for you to grow into your highest and best self. No matter where you are on your spiritual path, you are welcome here. So thank you very much for being here. We are part of a larger organization called Centers for Spiritual Living, which is a global community of over 450 spiritual centers, teaching chapters, and special focus ministries in over 30 countries worldwide. Centers for Spiritual Living is a practical and positive faith, philosophy, and way of life whose global vision is a world that works for everyone. With no exception, a world that works for everyone. So we are very glad that you are here with us today. Our flower dedication today is around Palm Sunday. So today is Palm Sunday, although it was not called that in the year 30. It was not called Palm Sunday at the time, but it was the day when Jesus entered the city of Jerusalem. John Stackhouse, in an article on Palm Sunday, writes, "He was just one of 1,000 pilgrims streaming into the city to celebrate Passover, one of the great annual feasts of the Jewish calendar. But the truth was, he was not just one of many. The crowd around Jesus had been so impressed with the wonders he had worked and the sermons he had preached that they were hoping that he was the promised Messiah who would establish a new kingdom of peace and prosperity. They celebrated him by cutting down palm branches and spreading them on the road to soften the path for the donkey that Jesus rode into town upon, while others simply waved the palm branches and shouted their praise." Now, culturally, at the time, this was a show of great respect. The palm branches symbolized goodness, well-being, grandeur, steadfastness, and victory. Now, metaphysically, the palm branches really represent realizations on the physical plane of the really unlimited resources for strength and power on the spiritual plane that were available to each and every single one of us. So if the palm fronds really represent realizations on the physical plane of an unlimited resource of strength, then what would we want to lay on our path to fulfill our purpose? Charles Fillmore, Unity co-founder, has 3 suggestions for us. The first palm frond that we can lay down is to make peace with what is. Make peace with what is. Have faith that all is well. Despite what our human perceptions are revealing on the physical side of life, can we find a way to rewrite the story that we have told ourselves about those experiences in order to reflect that unlimited resource of strength and possibility that is available to us within the spiritual side of life? Can we stand, as Jesus said, "For this purpose I have come this hour. For this purpose I have come to this hour." The second palm frond that we can lay down is joy. Now, we can't always control our outer experience of life, but we can control our inner feeling about ourselves and our inner experience of joy. Joy comes from a quiet and deep inner acceptance and appreciation of knowing who we all are, who and whose we all are. Can we stand in this joy? Can we accept this? Can we have an inner acceptance and not allow the circumstances of our lives to steal our joy away from us? Can we stay centered and connected to God no matter what our circumstances are and experience the joy that is the presence of God itself? And the third palm frond we can lay down is accepting that in our humanness we find divinity, that within each of us is a spark of the divine, our Christ consciousness, if you will. The kingdom of God is within us, the power of God is within us, and because of this, we can do great things. So the divine gives creative authority to our thoughts, and by changing our thinking, we can change our lives. So these then are some suggestions about the palm fronds that we can lay down in front of us as we move forward down our path. But really, the invitation is to take some time over this next week, this holy week, to really tap into your own inner wisdom about what that would be for you. And when we do our offering today, then there will be some baskets that will follow along behind, and there will be some palm fronds for you to take home with you and to place on your altars as a reminder of this unlimited resource that we all have that's available to us through our deep and abiding connection with the divine. So in this moment, I'd like to thank Diane Carnes for her beautiful meditation that expanded the container that our service will unfold within. Thank you very much, Diane. And now I would please love to welcome our announcement guru extraordinaire, Sean Shockey.
Good morning, everybody. Y'all are going to have to take it easy on me this morning. I have an overabundance of joy. It's joy that I really can't explain. Everybody know I just got back from a cruise. I'm happy about that, but the joy is coming from being here. The joy is coming from knowing that I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be. I have to tell you an experience that we had. Whenever we were disembarking from the cruise, there was thousands of people getting off that ship. And the two people that got behind us was people from our community, Centers for Spiritual Living. Thousands of people. I heard the lady talking, and she said a word that made me go, "Are you familiar with the Center for Spiritual Living?" She said, "Yeah, I attend." So I was like, of all these people, here that could get behind me, and it was her first cruise, so she didn't know what to do. So she was like, "Oh, I've got to go to this auditorium." I said, "No, you don't. Basically, I said the auditorium is just moving you so you can go get your luggage. You've got your luggage. You don't need to do that." So anyway, and then this morning I was thinking about Andy. I had no idea Andy was going to be here today, but I was like, gosh, I would really like to hear Andy. So, not that I wouldn't want to hear Reverend Dusty, but I wanted to hear Andy today. There's my Andy. So, and then I was thinking about joy, and Reverend Dusty started talking about joy. It's a good feeling knowing that you are in the right place, that you're in the right spot. Just coincidence? I think not. I think not. Anyway, my job, once again, is to do the announcements. So let's do the announcements. So, our Wednesday evening services for 2025 are called the Wednesday Experience. A look at life through meditation, musings, metaphysics, and magic. Each week, the evening will be facilitated by a host of ministers, practitioners, and others who will share an insightful, revealing, and perhaps provocative reading or story, and then facilitate a meditation. Following the meditation, we will all have an opportunity to share. The service will be held on Zoom, 7 until 8:15. Okay. Number 2, this is a quick reminder of our financial update meeting today. Yeah, we talk about finances. Finances are very important. Sometimes we take it for granted, and people make you feel funny talking about finances. Finances make the world go round. So let's face it. Sunday, April 13th, following the service. If you are in the sanctuary for the service, you are invited to simply stay. And if you're not in the room during the service, you are invited to move from StreamYard to Zoom for the meeting. The meeting will begin at 11:40-ish and will run for approximately 30 minutes. We will be facilitating an update on the TCSL finances and allowing for gratitude, ideas, questions, and concerns. It is important for the entire community to participate. It will be short, I promise, okay? The link will be the same link we use for Wednesday services, which will be in the Wednesday's newsletter and on our website. It is also right here on the screen. This is a save the dates announcement for an upcoming prosperity class to be taught of Edwin Gaines. Edwin Gaines, one of the foremost prosperity teachers, past, present, and future, is going to be facilitating a 4-lesson prosperity class free to anyone who would like to participate. We thought it might be really powerful for us to participate in these sessions together as a community. Because we will be together, we will also be able to spend a few moments after the class to answer questions, talk about practical ideas, and create collective mental equivalents for our community. Everyone is welcome, okay? They will all be on Zoom, hosted by Reverend Dusty. They will start following the completion of our service. They will all be held on the 4th Sunday of April, May, June, and July. The invitation is to bring something to eat as we are watching the class. And buckle up as we receive some great insight from an amazing prosperity teacher. If you are interested, please RSVP to Heather at info@trianglecsl.org. And now let's please welcome Barbara Kane back to the podium.
I'm not Barbara Kane, but you will see her in a few minutes. I'm Diane Carnes, one of the practitioners here. The theme for this year, 2025, is Rising Higher, Growing Deeper. Our theme for the month of April is Fertilizing Our Future. And Reverend Andy's message is Beyond the Horizon. I'm now going to read this community's purpose statement. This is our reason for being here. Our purpose is to inspire, educate, and empower individuals to experience themselves as unique and individualized expressions of God, the love intelligence that governs the universe. We are committed to not merely a theoretical understanding of our oneness and unity with God, but to consciously practice this truth in our everyday lives. Through celebration, service, study, and fellowship, we are committed to the transformation of our personal lives into being a powerful and beneficial presence on the planet. With the energy of unconditional love, simply, we are here for God. Now we're going to do a centering. And I ask you to just turn within and open your hearts and minds and allow the sounds of the crystal bowls to wash over you.
invite everyone now to bring your attention back into the room and into your bodies. The Center for Spiritual Living honors both the truth that we are all created by God out of the same God stuff, and that there is a multiplicity of divine emanations, each individualized and unique in their own way, as represented by this ceremony. Please welcome Sean Shockey, who will be assisting this morning. I'm just going to warn you guys, the last time I read this, I got a little choked up, hoping that's not going to happen again. You ready, Sean? Whether this is your first time with us or your 1,000th time, or something in between, you are loved and accepted here, just as you are. Whether you are in the room physically or participating via technology or something in between, you are loved and accepted here, just as you are. Whether your soul is full of joy and possibility, or your heart is heavy and your mind is consumed with troubles or something in between, you are loved and accepted here, just as you are. Whether you are brand new to the science of mind philosophy, or you have practiced it for a long time, or something in between, you are loved and accepted here, just as you are. Whether your skin, eye, and hair color are a rich dark shade, or you are the palest tint of color, or something in between, you are loved and accepted here, just as you are. Whether you are a straight, cisgender man or woman, or you identify with the LGBTQ+ community, or something in between, you are loved and accepted here, just as you are. Whether your politics tend toward the red side or toward the blue side, or something in between, you are loved and accepted here, just as you are. Whether you were born and raised in this country, or came here from a different land, or something in between, you are loved and accepted here, just as you are. Whether you are married or single, or somewhere in between, you are loved and accepted here, just as you are. Whether you are in the first third of your life, the third third of your life, or somewhere in between, you are loved and accepted here, just as you are. Whether you feel your connection with God is the driving force in your life, or you aren't sure that you even believe in God, or something in between, you are loved and accepted here, just as you are. Each and every color is beautiful, unique, and significant. They all combine together into an amazing whole. Thank you for contributing your special vibration to today's service and to life itself. So it is. Thank you, Sean. See, I told you I'm starting to get a little... Okay, I invite everyone to close their outer eyes and let us just, for a moment, recognize the beautiful ideas that are represented that in that blessing, that we are all one, that the infinite created us in joy and in love. And this and this service is the perfect moment for each of us, that we are here to get exactly what we came here for. And so I speak a blessing on Reverend Andy as he shares his wonderful creative way of looking at God and the world and us. I speak a blessing on all the volunteers who did an amazing, creative, beautiful job of preparing our sanctuary, and especially on Heather Abbott for her fabulous IT work, and also Sandy Hemingway as he brings his gift of music and song to inspire us all. And I know that today is a good God day, and so it is. And our reading, man, I'm going to get it together, I promise. Our reading for today is the lyrics of Over the Rainbow by Yip Harburg. I just want to sing this so bad, but I can't. Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Okay, Carol, send me some vibes to get me sorted. Somewhere over the rainbow, skies are blue, and the dreams that you dared to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away above the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow. Why then, oh why can't I? If happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow, why then, oh why can't I? Sorry guys, that's the most tearful rendition of that song you'll ever hear. Woo! Okay, Sandy, take it away.
Thank you for that wonderful introduction. And as luck will have it, I'm going to brighten things up here a little bit. I had trouble picking a song for this week. I don't know why, but I did. And then I finally settled on this because I love puns. And, it's Over the Horizon being the talk topic. The first thought that came to mind was sunrise, dawn, the sun coming over the horizon. And then I thought of this song, and it's like, oh, it's Palm Sunday. So this is a song you all know, so I expect you to sing along with me. It's Here Comes the Sun. Thank you.
Man. What a morning. My goodness, what a morning. I feel like I'm riding the wave of perfection. Dusty's intro about Palm Sunday, the announcements? You're just supposed to do the announcements. You're making me look bad. The announcements were perfect. The music, the tearful. You can't have a rainbow without rain. It was all so good. I want you to clap one more time while I get it together. Wow. Well, we've already reached the peak of the service. It's downhill from here. I mean, what else can I say? That was all just so beautiful. But I got to say a few things. Got to earn my keep. Got to earn my lunch, my breakfast, my dinner. So I was walking into work the other morning. Actually, I was already at work, and I was walking to a meeting. But it was early, so I felt like I should be walking into work, but I'm walking through the hospital. Sandy, this is how I walk. And I see one of my fellow chaplains coming toward me. And she is just coming into work. You know how that look of book bag and coffee and dishevelment of, is this really happening? Am I really here? She had that look, and I said, hey, good morning. How are you doing? And she said, I'm making it. And I said something funny, something funny. And then we bowed, and she went on with her day. But I received that a lot, that response. I think it's a very common response that we give and receive in our lives today. How are you? I'm making it. How are you? I'm maintaining. How are you? I'm living. How are you? I'm surviving. How are you? Well, one day closer to Friday. How are you? Shh, I'm here. And I am going to get through this day. Kind of like I feel right now. I'm going to get through this talk no matter what. I remember the first time I delivered a talk in the midst of our chaplain crew, and I was really, really nervous. I had no idea what I was doing. I had never talked to a bunch of chaplains before, so I just went, and 20 minutes later it was over. I had no idea what I said, and my feedback from my director was, well, you were going to land the plane. I was like, what? He goes, yes. I feel like once you got started, you were going to land that plane. See, making it. So somehow I'm going to make it. But we received that a lot, and I've been thinking about that all week, that idea of maintaining, of making it, of riding the train, of surviving. And I think that's very, very important. Because what are we here to do? To make it. To survive. What is your foundational drive? What is your root chakra? What drives you every single day of your existence to maintain life and to survive? Not just you, Sandy. Every palm tree with a frond. Every frog with a croak. I'm trying to think I can come up with more of these. Every mosquito with a stinger. Every bee with a buzz. Every flower with a bloom. That's pretty good. I did it. All of those entities in life have the basic drive to exist. Once something comes into existence, all it wants to do is continue to exist. So if you, Larry, if you are making it, and guess what? You're all here this morning. Whether you know it or not, you're all here. So you've done it. Congratulations. You have survived. If you are making it, you have done your job today. You exist. And that is what we are all trying to do. Maintain, exist, survive. Mother, you're looking at me like that's not going to be the point of the talk. You're looking at me like you're all looking at me kind of weird. It's like, is that it? Can I go home now because I exist, because I survive? Is that what life is about, Dusty? Survival? No. There could be something more. I mean, at times, surviving is all we can do. But there is something else. Because you meet those people. You're walking through the hall. This is how I walk. And you see them, good morning, how are you? I am... Survive rhymes with, hey, how are you? I am thriving. It took a moment, but we got there. But yes, all that stuff is true. How are you today? I am fantastic. How are you today? The sun is out. How are you today? It's Monday. How are you today? I am thriving. So what's the difference? How do we go from survival to thrival? Look it up. You won't find it, but look it up. How do we move from surviving to thriving? How do we change existing to a place and to a point in our lives where we are getting the most out of every moment? How do we move beyond surviving and open up to the possibilities of life? How do we transcend the root chakra, which is survival, to creativity and autonomy? How do we do that? Well, there are things going on in life. There are external things going on. There are internal things going on. And all those things, you have the opportunity, I'm trying to figure out how I want to say this. You have the opportunity to grow and learn from. Surviving is this. Surviving is, these are my circumstances. I'm going to move through them. These are my circumstances. These are my thoughts. I'm going to get through today. I'm going to close myself off and I'm going to survive, and that's important. Thriving is when you step into it and begin to open and say, I don't want to just survive these circumstances. What can I learn from them? How can I grow from them? I'm in a situation. Maybe I don't want to be in this situation. I'm in a situation, I'm surrounded by people, I'm surrounded by circumstances. All I have to do is ask, okay, what can I learn from this? How can I grow from this? How can these circumstances contribute to my expansion? And then something shifts. Something changes. Are you emotional? No, I'm not emotional. How could you say that? How could you ask me if I'm emotional? I'm not. We're all emotional. We have emotions, and we call them so many different things. We have mental names for these emotions. But did you know energy, emotional energy, is on a spectrum between only 2 points? Emotions are only one of two things somewhere on a spectrum. Yes, I'll get there. I'll explain it to you. Emotions are either opening or closing. That's it. You have an energetic body, and it's either opening to what is or it's closing to what is. Sadness, fear, anger, protect me, close off, survive, pleasure, joyousness, enthusiasm, opening to what is. That's what your emotional body is doing every moment of every day. It's either opening to what is or it's closing to what is. And there are times when you need to close to what is. There are times when you just need to survive. I just need to get through this. That might be what you're thinking. I just need to get through this. But then there are times where you can make the choice to open to the circumstances around you. You can begin to open to what is and say, okay, this is what is, the second palm frond. The first palm frond. This is what is. I'm going to open to it, and when I do so, something begins to shift, and I see and understand life differently. When I begin to open to what is, even if it's slightly painful, even if it's slightly uncomfortable, if I begin to open to my circumstances, whatever they are, if I open to them, I shift from prescriptive to descriptive thinking. I shift from this shouldn't be, what is going on, why me, what is happening to my life, why is this guy doing this thing to our country? When I get out of that mode of thinking, I move to descriptive. This is what's happening. And this is what I understand about what's happening, and how can I utilize it to be the best me in this moment I can be? That is opening. That is when you shift to thriving. Because what is thriving? It's utilizing your circumstances to be the best you in that moment. And that's what drives evolution. Your evolution, our evolution. That's what drives change. Survival is just survival. It's saying, I want to be the same now as I'm going to be at the end of this. Don't affect me. I'm just going to close off to this. I just want to get through it. And that's fine. I just want to survive it. If I want to thrive it, I open to it, and everything begins to shift, and I grow from the circumstances. And then we start to move up the chakras. Do you know what the second chakra is? Creativity. How can I create in this moment? How can I utilize these circumstances, even if they're painful or uncomfortable? How can I utilize these circumstances to grow, to create? The third chakra, the chakra of autonomy. How can I be the best me that I can be? How do you think you become the best you that you can be? You got to go through some shit. You got to go through some things. You have to accept them, learn from them, and become the best you. See if I can create something here, some kind of definition. The best you equals the maximum amount of your potential based on your circumstances. Oh, God, it's exhausting. I blacked out. The best you is the best you based on the most you can be in your circumstances. And if you do that in every moment of your life, you'll continue to change and evolve. Did you know that there are talents you have? There are talents that you have that you don't even know about yet. I don't care how old you are. There are talents, God-given talents that you have that you haven't actualized yet. Why? Because you're still alive. You're still alive. You haven't been through every circumstance. And if you haven't been through every circumstance, you haven't actualized the talents that respond to those circumstances. That's what thriving is. How can I be the best me in this moment, even if I'm tired, even if I'm feeling a little bit off, even if I don't want to be here? How do I utilize all of this to reach my maximum potential? The first three chakras, the first three drives are all temporal. They're all about you and this and life. And we actualize those by embracing what is. And when you do that, man, oh, goodness. What if you could learn from every moment? What if you actually could learn from every single moment of your life? Someone cut you off in traffic. What if you learned from it? Oh, I wonder why he, she, or they are speeding. I wonder where they're going. I've been in a hurry. Oh, I've been in a hurry. What can I learn from this? What can I learn from this? How can I grow from this? I'm surrounded by people. I don't want to be here. No, not here, like imaginary. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be with these individuals, but how can I learn from them? Because if I don't want to be with them, if that's my emotional response is to close, I have to look at that and go, oh, why am I closing to what is? Why am I closing to these individuals? Why do I not want to learn from them? If you can learn from every moment of your life, and it's natural, that's what this thing is constantly doing, is examining and analyzing and figuring out, how do I be a different person? How do I be a different person? How do I grow? How do I change? How do I evolve? How do I reach out and become the best me I can be? If you do that, your life will be completely different. We should stop there, right? Oh, no. So, did you say... We got more chakras. You only talked about 3. I want my chakras worth. The first three chakras are what we call temporal chakras. They're all about what can I be in this moment? What is the best me I can be? Every human being is out here trying to be the best of them that they can be. And if they learn from every moment, if they open to what is, they will create and they will actualize their circumstances. Every tree is trying to grow as tall as it can. Every squirrel is trying to gather as many nuts as it can. Every human being is trying to actualize their potential. But there's something more that human beings have figured out. That there's something beyond my circumstances. Finally. There's something beyond what is. I want to survive. I want to get through my life. I want to do that. I want to thrive. I want to be the best me I can be. But Andy, it's not really about me, is it? It's not really about becoming the best me, is it? Is there something more? If I look at my circumstances, is there something more than what's just happening to me? And is there a way I can grow beyond them? Is there a way I can transcend them? And it exists, and it's right there reaching out to you in the horizon. You're on the beach, and you're looking at the edge of the water where the sun rises. There's an edge to what you can see. There's an edge to what you can feel. There's an edge to what you can think about. There's a natural edge to your life circumstances. And right beyond that is eternity. Right beyond that, there's a place. It's like an energy impulse. It's like this surrounding circle around your life, and you are at the very center, and that circle represents the edge of what can be known and the edge of what you can see, taste, touch, and feel. And right on the edge, there's this pulse. There's this pulse, and you can see it in everything you do. And if you pay attention to it, you realize, oh, that is where life becomes my life. That's where God becomes me, in this edge. That's not only out here, but in here, in this edge of what can be known. There's something coming into my life. I call it the soul of the moment. You know what the soul is? You know what the soul is? You've read my books, right? I talk about it. Spirit is eternal. Spirit is the presence of God within life. It doesn't change. It just is. Soul is where the temporal and eternal meet. It's where your life and God's life collide. It's that place, that location where God becomes you constantly, always changing. You talk about soul music. Soul music is music that sounds more than the music. I can hear something beyond the music. You talk about soul food. It's food that's more than just taste. The soul of the moment is the place in these circumstances where God is pouring into your life. What is the soul of the moment? Not just what can I actualize out of this? What can I learn from this? That's important too. But ask yourself, what is the soul of the moment? What is God creating right here, right now? Where is God pouring into life in this moment? What's the fourth chakra? It's the love chakra. Did you yawn or did you say love? Okay. They call the fourth chakra the bridge. The lower three chakras are the chakras of temporality. There are drives to exist temporally. They're all about all of this. And then there's a bridge, and that bridge is love. Love is what creates transcendence. It's when you look at another and go, oh, I am in you. When you look at a tree or your circumstances and I exist within these, there is something within everything it is, and I can recognize myself in that. Love is the bridge. It's the soul of the moment. Not just accepting what is, loving what is. Loving what is. Where is the soul of this moment? Where is the horizon? And the beautiful thing about the eternal chakras, the beautiful thing about 5, 6, and 7 is they mirror 1, 2, and 3. I want to survive. That's my basic drive, my basic temple drive. I want to survive. I want to create. What can I create from this moment? How can I learn? I want to self-actualize. rise. I want to become the best me that I can be. Those are all here in the now, in this moment, as a temporal human being. But once I bridge into the eternal chakras, it flips. Not just knowing my truth, 3, knowing the truth, 5. Not just knowing my truth, embracing and recognizing the undefinable, ineffable truth. Not just knowing myself, not just creating what I want to create in this moment, but asking, what does God want to create through me in this moment? Not just creating, what does God want to create through me? What is the soul of the moment? What does God want to create through me? And not just surviving, existing eternally. You see, they mirror each other. When we ask ourselves, what's the soul of the moment? When we look to the horizon, everything begins to shift. We realize that these circumstances are constantly in flux. They're constantly changing. They're constantly moving. And around it and within it is an eternal presence that if I focus on, if I'm in this moment but not of this moment, everything gets pulled toward it. I want to tell you a story. This will bring it all together. Okay. I was 15 years old, and I discovered that I was a funny person. It sounds very mundane, but for me it was life-changing. I was like, oh, I can do this thing. And people laugh, and that's wonderful. And so I said, I want to follow this. I want to follow this sound. After that, I tried acting in theater. It didn't work. I wasn't very good at it. I tried stand-up a little bit. I wasn't very good at it. I tried improv. I wasn't very good at it. I started to write and draw. I wasn't very good at it. I decided to work at a church. I did all these things. I started writing books. I tried all these things. I tried to create so many things, and I learned so much from every moment. And then I get here, and I am completely content and satisfied and driven to continue to create. Why? Is because 15, 16, 17, 18, throughout my entire existence, I always asked the one question: what is the soul of this moment? What is the soul of this moment? You see, through all that, something was pulling me beyond it, the horizon. Something was pulling me beyond every moment. Something existed that pulled me to it. And it creates this level of satisfaction, contentment, and drive to continue to pay attention to how God is acting in life. Survival is very important. Sometimes you just gotta survive. Sometimes you just gotta make it. Sometimes you just gotta maintain. You have to close, hold on tight, and just get through it. Other times you can begin to open. You can accept what is. You can learn from what is, and you can grow and begin to autonomize, self-actualize, and learn from every single moment, because it's all an opportunity, and crazy things will happen in your life when you open to what is. And then there's this edge. And then there's this edge. There's this horizon. There's this place that's existing in everything. And when you pay attention to that, when you ask yourself, what is the soul of this moment? Everything stops. And you realize you are in a place, like Sean said, you are in exactly the place you need to be. Exactly where you need to be, exactly who you need to be, and this joy erupts. And then where you've been and where you're going are kind of the same thing. It's just this constant circle of creation. So yes, I want you to survive. Yes, I'd love it if you thrived. But I also want you to pay attention to what's happening through you and around you. Pay attention to the horizon and see what God is actually doing in and through your life. And I think things might become pretty magical. Let's pray together. I rarely know what's going on. There's just way too much around me, way too much within me. I look back at where I've been, and it makes some sense. I look at where I'm going, and I have no idea. It's a bright horizon and sometimes a dark tunnel. But I know there's something actualizing within me. I know there's something happening around me. And I know that my only job is to pay attention to it. So my prayer for myself and for us today is that we can see what's happening around us, that we can see the soul within everything. How is God using me in this moment? How is God creating through me in this moment? What is the truth of this moment? What is happening? It is a miracle just to be alive, just to exist. And every day is an opportunity to find that little piece of life, the piece. So I'm grateful for everything that is. I'm grateful for every opportunity. I'm glad I've survived this long. I'm glad we have. I'm glad you're here because it means you survived. I'm glad you have moments of thriving. I'm glad you have moments where you can truly actualize your situation. But I'm also thankful for that mysterious edge to what we know, that mysterious pulse of creation, because that changes everything. Continue to speak, we'll continue to listen. Continue to sing, we'll continue to dance. Continue to breathe, and we will breathe with you. For all these things and the circumstances of this moment, what is and what will be, we say thank you and amen. Thank you for listening. I appreciate it.
Ooh, thank you very much, Andy. That was awesome. Really, really wonderful. Thank you, Sean, for your announcements earlier also. It is now time for our conscious giving. This is the time every week when we offer this community some financial support to assist us to continue to be a beacon of light and warmth and love in the Greater Triangle area. The truth is that this offering lifts this particular spiritual community, prospers the one giving, and adds to the energy of sufficiency on the planet. There are 3 different ways that you can give, and they're here on the screen or on your screens at home. You can certainly visit our website at trianglecsl.org, and there are different buttons that you can push that offer you the opportunity to give. You can text the word give using the following number, 919-629-9148, or you can actually mail a check to our PO Box, which is PO Box 4062, Cary, North Carolina 27519. I invite everyone to please take your gift, place it against your heart with an affirmation for yourself or for the center, and we'll do our offering affirmation in a call and response. I live in an abundant universe that blesses and prospers my life. I give with gratitude, knowing that God is my source. And so it is. And so it is. Thank you all so very much. Following the offering baskets will be another basket in which there are some palm fronds, eternal palm fronds. And I would love for you to take 1 or 2 or 3 of them home with you to represent anything that might have come up for you during Reverend Andy's talk, that might be that the soul that is knocking on the door of your consciousness with something that you are individually to bring into the world, something that you may be laying in front of you to assist you to bring that forward, to assist you to move from merely surviving to thriving, that allows you to see beyond the horizon to the really magnificence that we truly are, and to powerfully step into that. So please feel free to do that. And now please feel free to welcome back the amazing Sandy Hemingway back to his piano.
Thank you. So this is Beatles Day, And this is another song I would love for you to join in and sing along with me, because it's most definitely about looking over the horizon of what is today. Imagine there's no heaven. It's easy if you try. No hell below us. Above us only sky. Imagine all the people living for today. Imagine there's no countries. It isn't hard to do. Nothing to kill or die for. No religion too. Imagine all the people living life in peace. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Hope someday you'll join us, and the world will be as one. Imagine no possessions. I wonder if you can. No need for greed or hunger. Brotherhood of man. Imagine all the people sharing all the world. You may say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. I hope someday you'll join us, and the world will live as one.
Thank you, Sandy, from the biggest Beatle fan in the room. Oh, great. Now I'm all upset again. Okay. What a perfect and precious day today is. If anyone would like prayer, please go to our website at trianglecsl.org. I can just imagine somebody watching me for the first time going, at the bottom of the page, click prayer request. Then click the button and fill in the request form. We will get that prayer and send it out to all the ministers and the practitioners. If anyone would like to dedicate a flower dedication for anyone or anything, please contact Heather Abbott at info@trianglecsl.org or Reverend Dusty at dustyripplemeyer@yahoo.com. Now, in the comfort of your home or here in our fabulous sanctuary, please stand for our April affirmation. This is a call and response, and please repeat it with meaning. Today, I declare my intention to enrich my soil of possibilities, nurturing a fertile ground for dreams to grow. Today, I declare my intention to enrich my soil order to do that, I do the inner work to discover how my past can nourish my growth. I affirm that my past experiences, both positive and challenges, can serve as valuable nutrients that enrich my life. My commitment to visioning beyond the horizon encourages me to imagine the limitless possibilities that extend beyond my current view. As I do so, I dream bigger and look further than I ever have before. In order to do so, I do the inner work to understand Spirit's highest vision for my life. As I do so, I am reminded that I am a co-creator with the divine, endowed with the ability to shape my reality and manifest a life that I love to live. Embracing this truth, I am empowered to step boldly into the future, knowing that I am supported by a power and presence that is greater than I am, and that all is well. And so it is. And now I invite you to close your outer eyes for a moment. Go ahead and be seated. I invite you to close your outer eyes and recognize that divine oneness, that infinite creativity, that love, that life, that light that is in, as, and through each one of us. I know that we are divinely guided in this moment and in every moment to move forward into our lives powerfully and to look beyond the horizon, knowing that the best is yet to be, and so it is.
Well, thank you all so very much for being here today, for inviting us into your home. Thank you to all of the volunteers, the practitioners, Sandy and his beautiful music, and Reverend Andy and his amazing message. Palm Sunday, right? And according to the Bible, when Jesus rode into Jerusalem on that day, he knew that he was going to die on Friday. And he did it anyway. He didn't flinch. He didn't turn back. He surrendered his fears and his doubts to God, and he did it anyway. So today on Palm Sunday, I really invite you to ask yourself, what in my life is the equivalent to riding a donkey into town? What is my equivalent of that? Am I willing to remember every moment of every day who and whose I am? Am I willing to humbly do that which is mine to do? Am I willing to let go of my fears and my doubts and my worries and stand firmly grounded in my inner peace? Am I willing to let go of resistance and negative thoughts and second guessing? Am I willing to turn away from old patterns and expectations and allow that which is trying to express itself to actually express itself through and as me? Am I willing to surrender to that still small voice within me, to see beyond the horizon and step powerfully into my spiritual magnificence? Thank you all again for being here today. Have a really wonderful week. Remember that we're having a quick financial update. And always remember that I love you. See you later.